All new at 6, Valley leaders holding labor rights events to ensure residents know their rights as employees. Action 4's Imelda Mejia has more on how you can prevent yourself from becoming a victim.
From domestic work to construction work, the United States government wants to remind the public that there are many agencies available to ensure labor rights for all.
You know, this is so important because many of the organizations that we service are organizations that deal with at-risk workers, and these are the workers that are the most vulnerable, that don't have the resources to go out there and seek the help they need. So it's important for us to go out there and reach them on our own.
Government leaders in the Valley used this week to work with local organizations to educate residents about their rights as workers.
We are committed. We are here to stand together with all those victims.
Local human rights group Arise says they see a lot of those victims here in the Valley.
And a lot of our people, like, they don't know English or they don't know their rights.
Another organization, Fuerza del Valle, works with residents who have had their workers' rights violated. The organization says the Rio Grande Valley suffers from high poverty rates, and wage theft is a reason why.
There's not really a typical case, but there is patterns, right? Like, we get a lot of restaurant worker complaints, and we get a lot of construction workers and domestic workers in the majority. And very typical, I worked the last 2 weeks, haven't been paid, and they told me they're not gonna pay me to do whatever I want. They're not gonna pay me.
Under Texas law, a business is stealing from workers when a person performs a service with a promise of payment from the business but does not receive the full payment promised. Workers also have the right to work in a safe working environment.
All workers have the same rights, whether it's a worker working for a company for 10 to 20 years, they have the same rights as a day laborer who's been working for a company 3 hours. The employer shall provide a safe working environment.
Government officials say they are ready to step in if workers are not receiving the minimum rate of $7.25 an hour or being paid overtime if working more than 40 hours a week.
The clear message is that we will prosecute these cases. If the elements are met as to the theft of services or wages, we will do everything in our power to prosecute these cases. And again, our job is to dispense justice, and
That was Imelda Mejia reporting. If an employer is not paying you what they promised, officials say you must send them a letter demanding payment through certified mail with a return receipt. If after 10 days no payment is received, a complaint should be made to police.